Hey, happy Thursday. I gotta shut something off here. There, that's better. I had a thing in the background running. So good morning. It's nice and sunny. It's cold. It's 47 degrees, which is kind of chilly for what we have been, because it's been in the mornings we've been close to 70 in the mornings, and in the 90s during the day. But yesterday a cold front came through and it cooled down, and it feels all right. You know, I'm not freezing. So I see Rat's on this morning. Good morning, Rat. You said you had a little trouble with your laptop. You had to use it. So you're right, Rat. It's cold. There's Patty. Patty's on. Good morning, Patty. Are you staying toasty warm this morning, Patty? Meant to RV. Good morning. Meant to be RVing. Good to see you guys on this morning. Getting my screens all set here in the right place there. But yeah, it's been yesterday. Actually, I didn't even open the windows till afternoon because it was a cool air coming in. And anybody knows me knows I don't like cold air, but it's not bad. I can't complain yet, you know. Sue's on. Sue says, Patty, are you still in North Fort Myers? I think Patty was going back up towards Orlando last I heard, but I don't know for sure, you know. It's just like everything else in the news, I'm guessing. That's what the news says. Everyone. Good morning, everybody. Glad to see people come on. And we was busy in the kitchen yesterday. We tried to make food last, and had some of our potatoes. It's like Sue said, when potatoes are going bad, and there was a few of them. So it's like, you know something, let's cook up and make some stuff out of those potatoes before they go bad, because we've been stretching food out. I don't know how you guys are doing, but we're trying to make things last as long as you can, because on this weird time in our country, we don't know what's going to be going on. So, you know, so we cooked up a lot of potatoes yesterday. Patty says, yeah, I don't like cold weather. I don't even like air conditioning. Boondocking Orlando. Getting ready for lockdown. Yeah, we've been locked down. Today is day 22 that we have not left the house. It's we haven't seen nobody besides online here. We talk to people, but we haven't. The most I've went out is walked the mailbox, and I haven't been out there since last Sunday.
But the official lockdown starts tonight.
Well, the government's going to make you lock down because people weren't listening. So, you know, since people don't listen, then you have to make them do it. You know, so that's just the way it is. You know, Rat said, yeah, I usually use Safari on my Mac for YouTube, but now I get my notifications just spin and I can't get a comment. I typed in and hit enter and it goes away. So it works on Chrome. Yeah, sometimes certain devices will act crazy like that and do crazy things. I always say the first thing to do is reboot it. That's always the thing. Reboot. It says, and sometimes that fixes it by just doing a reboot, you know. So if you haven't, you might try that. I'm always dealing with issues and stuff, you know. So I've been playing on the computer a lot. I've been playing some games. If you see, I made a couple. I got another video coming out that I done a camping video, and I'm using Grand Theft Auto 5, and I found this motorhome, and I did a Better Adventure. We did that one last Sunday. Well, it was good, but the graphics weren't as good. Well, I found a new way to do the graphics, so I got another one be coming out soon that I upgraded the graphics, so it looks a whole lot better. And so I've been playing with that. That's fun. If you can't go camping any other way, you can go virtual camping. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to restart the Mac. Okay, that might help. Sometimes just by doing a restart will help it out, you know. So yeah, anyways, I've been playing with that, making some videos, virtual videos. So it's really almost like going camping. You can go to these different areas, and I went to this beach and hung out at this beach and that, and took this ratty old motorhome I got. So that's been a lot of fun. And then I started to do the if you guys watching NASCAR, the online racing that they do, and you can join in that and do your own. So I've been playing with online racing, and so we did that, and that's been a lot of fun. I've been playing around with that. You can go to different racetracks and race and set up your car and that. So I've been playing with that. So that's what I've been doing. Sue's been busy with, she does all kinds of things. She's been playing a lot of games. A lot of people are doing online games and stuff there, so nobody's on here this morning. It's been I only got 7. Are we being boycotted? Those people don't like because I tell the truth. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, well, so we, but anyways, that's what we've been doing. We've been keeping busy, really haven't had, every once in a while, I like to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon because you get up really early and you need an afternoon nap, There's Scott, Bites, Boats, and Bivouacs. Good morning, all. Where's Patty? Patty is in Orlando, so Patty's right there. Yeah, Patty says, I got some bad Wi-Fi here. It keeps streaming on me. Oh, yeah, that does that. If you get some bad bandwidth in certain areas, the stream will kind of cut in and out and do funny things, and so that happens. There's Denny. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Denny. How's Denny doing this morning? Are you a little chilly on that side of Florida? They said we were 47, which is a little cooler than it has been. It's I get used to that warm weather, and I don't mind it. I mean, we were up like mid 90s, and but the humidity was real low, and the dew point was low, and I can't say that I minded, that at all, because I just don't mind the heat. I mind the cold, but I don't mind the heat, So, but yeah, Patty gave us a peace sign. The peace sign. Used to use that a lot when we was peace out. Back in the, I don't know, was that they called that the hippie days? Was it 60s? And I guess those were the hippie days, wasn't it? I was part of the hippie generation. I had long hair and all that stuff, just like all the other hippies do. And he said, yeah, it's 57 there, so you're just a little bit warmer, Scott says, do you cream dried beef in the South? Yeah.
And he changed it to eat.
Eat. Do you eat creamed bread? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You used to call it, what is it? Chip beef on
toast.
Yeah. What do they do? Shit on shingles. Isn't that what they called it? We ate that as a kid. I didn't like that stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. It's like, and today it depends on the gravy. I mean, I eat it. I don't know why it's not my favorite, because I love beef. But yeah, they do that here in the South. There's Shelly and Michael. Good morning, everyone. I'm here, but listening. So good to see Shelly and Michael on this morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Things, did it get a little chillier up where you? I know you guys are further north than we are. Did it get a little chillier up there? And what's your temperature like up there, Scott? Is Pennsylvania? I'm not sure. You guys holding around 50s, 60s? It's that time of year, Oh, Rat said, nope, didn't work. Did a reboot, and he still doesn't work. It doesn't work right. I don't know what that's going on. And that's a Mac, and I don't know if there's the drivers or what. I'm not as familiar with Macs as I am PCs, but I have an iPad on. So, that's crazy. I was hoping that would work for you. Yeah, Sue said, SOS or chipped beef on toast. Love it. We are from the north, and so not really sure if it's a southern thing. Yeah, it's Cassie's back here barking away. She's having fun. She's probably, I can see her in the background, in the corner. She's pushing her blanket around and playing with it. So, yeah, Sue says, morning, Shelly and Michael had our epic RV adventure. So I said, yeah, heading towards the mid-50s today. Sun is finally out. So, well, we've had plenty of abundance of sun. Rain, we've had just a very, very, very tiny bit of rain came through the other night. This month, gosh, I don't even think we've had a quarter inch of rain the whole month on it.
The other night for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, the other night a little storm came through, but it didn't last. Not enough to make a dent in the ground, on it. Oh, yeah, they say it's 46 there right now, so a high of 64. Well, that's not bad, You guys are in North Carolina? Is it North or South? I think you're in North Carolina.
I I'm not really sure. I think it's South Carolina.
Is it South Carolina? Yeah.
I think, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It might be North Carolina.
He says, hello, Sue. Yeah, I thought Dexter was there for a minute. Yeah, you could see Cassie's starting to talk like Dexter did, you know. Yeah, Sue said Cassie's filling her oats this morning.
She's 13.
No, she's going right at it. I'm glad to see her. She's done good, you know, for a 13-year-old little poodle, about 13 and a half now. On that, she's doing good. I hope she's around here for several more years. As I kind of like her, you know. She kind of keeps me on toe, you know. But she's always been real close, you know, to me. So Scott says currently 39 degrees, so that's a little chilly there. Just a little bit chilly. And he says, who is in the RV guy video? Yankeetown.
Oh.
That was Dave. It's Dave's RV Life. We've been following him around. He's been a lot out west, pretty much. Oh, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So, yeah, I thought he was North.
Bragg.
Yeah, Fort Bragg.
Fayetteville is where I got married.
Yeah, Sue got married in Fayetteville. Hold on. And but yeah, Yankeetown, that is Dave, and he follows around. There's a group of them that follow out west, especially like the Quartzsite area and that area, you know. So there's a group of them following around. But I guess he has a sister that lives there by Yankeetown, Danny, and he's just hanging out there at his sister's house during this virus thing that we got going around here, you know. We have now, Florida finally did put a stay-at-home order, so you're supposed to stay at home, but people won't. Yeah, won't stay home, so too bad. It's people's lives. I guess that's what they don't understand. But I think they should have done that a long time ago, you know. Yeah, Sue said, yeah, it's, she said, I got married in Fayetteville. Dave was stationed at Fort Bragg, and he came home from Vietnam. We eloped and got married in Fayetteville at the courthouse. Haha. Your mama said you couldn't do it, and you did it anyway. So, that's all. It's, did you have to have anybody sign for you?
No, I was 18.
Oh, you was 18. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But we had to wait for 2 weeks because I forgot my birth certificate.
Well, you go all the way down there and take your birth certificate, you know. Yeah, he had done 2 videos there, so. Yeah, he was looking, this Dave's RV Life was looking a place to dump his black tanks. And he was all around. He's actually just up the road from where Denny stays. And he couldn't find any, but Denny says our sites let you dump your black water tanks. So that's nice, you know, that they allow you to dump them there. But he was having trouble. A lot of them wouldn't let him dump, you know. They no, we don't have dump sites, or we don't have, you know. So yeah, Scott says, what year did you do that, Sue?
1972.
1972, way back. Yeah, long time ago.
In May, and he came home from Vietnam in September, and we got married.
I got married in 1972 also, so that must have been the thing in our age group. It's like that's when you got married. As soon as you got out of school, you got married, you know. I don't know. We did that a lot. A lot of kids did that, you know. I had a friend that I went to school with that got a hold of me here in the last week, and he wanted to know if it was me. And I go, yeah, that's me. And he married the girl out of school. They've been married 48 years now. And so he got married too right out. It just seemed like that's what young people did back in the early 70s is you got out of school and you got married. That or went to Vietnam, you know. And a lot of them went to Vietnam, you know. Yeah, Sue said, oh, that's cool, Denny. Maybe I will send him a message. He was looking for a spot to camp for a long time. Yeah, he thought maybe of a permanent spot, you know. Yeah, Scott said, I was born at Camp Lejeune in 1963. There you go, Camp Lejeune. Isn't that where they had a basic camp? Isn't that where they took you after?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. They took you out to basic camp it's either Shelley or Michael. I was born in 1972, so, but about the time we were graduating. You guys were born, so it's weird the time frames, you know. Oh, Denny says not a good place, Scott. Oh, Lejeune, Camp Lejeune. Never been there, so I don't know too much about it, you know. But it's crazy, you know. So ain't many on this morning. Looks like everybody must be sleeping today. I don't know where everybody went. All the regulars, some reason they're not here. You know, I don't know. 1972, I graduated in May. Dave came home from Vietnam in September. He had to report to Fort Bragg in October. And I went with him and forgot my birth certificate, so I had to write for a copy. Would that take about a week then?
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Mm-hmm. Scott said, yeah, troubling area with all the issues at the base. Okay, so there was a lot. Went to the RB, and they said 1977 here, so that's when they was born. Rat says, it was my old lady's birthday yesterday. Well, tell her happy birthday, Rat.
I forgot that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Cayenne.
Cayenne, well, happy birthday to Cayenne. And he's Denny's old lady, his wife, who says, haha, Shelly, are you a year older than my daughter? She was born in 1973. He says, Ron, did you ever get her a card? Yeah, did you get her a card? I'm not good at cards. And Teresa, my son was born in 1977. So, Sue, the courthouse is popular here to get married. It's actually at the jail. Get married at the jail. Yeah. I got married in jail. No, at the jail, not in jail. Yeah, I spent a few years there, Scott, at Denny. So Denny's familiar with that. That's well, I said I got drafted and I went up, but I didn't pass the physical. You know, it's we went up to Cleveland to the federal building there and went through all the physical, and they told me to go home and grow up. Exactly what they told me. They said I was too small, too little. He goes, hey, you wouldn't make basic training, you know. So they sent me home. You know, I have a story about Fayetteville the day we got married. Cayenne sounds like Cayenne.
Cayenne.
Cayenne. Yeah, it's Cayenne. And
I never knew how it was spelled.
Well, we talked about that one day, if it was Cayenne or Cayenne, if it's Cayenne, so yeah. Cayenne.
I thought it was like Cayenne, like pepper, but it's Cayenne.
Danny, my dad, the colonel, was a Marine helicopter pilot. How cool. Well, Dave worked on helicopters.
He was a helicopter, door gunner.
A door gunner.
But he did the maintenance.
And he did
engines.
Did maintenance on the engines and stuff, you know. That said, yeah, my B-Day the 5th. So Rat's birthday is coming up the 5th. So keep that in mind. Sue's the birthday rememberer. She remembers birthdays, and I don't remember nothing. You know. So I got to hear that story. Well, tell it to us. We got time. It's a very little chat here this morning. People.
Okay. I'll tell it then. We got married. Okay, we went downtown. We got married at the courthouse. And you know, Fayetteville was a very popular place because of Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base. So lots of drinking and bars and stuff. We came out of the courthouse. We're headed to our car. We saw police escorting some people into probably the jail.
Probably.
And they had one woman in handcuffs walking down the street. She had her shirt on, but no pants. This woman walking down the street butt naked from the waist down.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. We both looked at each other and go, did you see that?
That's funny. Scott says, I still like to spend time in North Carolina on the Outer Banks, so... I've been through, where's the golf community? That's, you know, I've been there. Where's Sue's feet? They're there.
Hiding behind the logo there.
Yeah, that's, Outer Banks is nice.
But the bruise on my toe is starting to just go away finally from where I stubbed my toe.
She kicked the chair. I don't know why she did that. She kicked the chair. Oh, that's crazy. Kick the chair. That's not a good thing to do, and you wonder why you get a bruised toe, you know? So we had some of these questions there we started to ask the other day. One was, do you still have your yearbook? Tuna fishing. I like tuna.
I still have got my yearbook, yeah.
Sue does. I never had one. They cost money and we didn't have
Oh,
money.
was that the question?
Yeah, it was a question, everybody. Do you still have your yearbook? Or did you have one? Because it says, Epic, I like the Kill Devil Hills area. Okay, Kill Devil Hills. I've heard of that.
Well, that's where, isn't that where the Wright brothers thing is?
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that could be. Shelley says, hey, street is much nicer now. So, yeah, you don't have nude people being arrested. So
They had the blue laws then, too. You could not drink or do anything on Sunday. No bars were open, no stores were open.
yeah.
Blue laws.
The blue laws on it, so. Yes, Scott says, yeah, I have my high school yearbook. Sue's got several of them. I said, yep. Son and I took a 9-day bike trip and stayed at the Outer Banks. Well, that'd be fun. I used to take bike trips all the time when I was younger. I had a 650 Yamaha, rode that thing all over the place, from Ohio all the way to Virginia Beach, and up in Maryland and Delaware. And Shelley said it's a great area. We spent a lot of time there. Yeah, do they still have the blue laws in effect? And so, yep, still have my yearbooks. Yes, Wright Brothers Memorial's there. Okay, that's where the Wright brothers are, you know. And that was interesting how that first flight wasn't that was it Kitty Hawk, wasn't it?
Kitty Hawk, yeah.
And they had that short little flight, was the first airplane flight. But look at it now, you know. Yeah, they cleaned up Hay Street and it's a trendy area now. So that's pretty cool. A nice trendy area. Well, you know, different towns will change, different throughout the years, things get better. It's Frank Cancel. This old guy made it. Good morning, all 33 degrees and going to be up to 60 in Michigan. So it sounds like it's going to warm up pretty nice there, Frank. That's good. I know up north is starting to, spring is sprung, you know. Are you guys finding any mushrooms? Do you guys go morel mushroom hunting? When I was a kid, man, I was in the woods getting morels all the time, you know. Scott said, yeah, the yearbooks is important to us because I married my high school sweetheart and we are both in it. So, well, actually, we're both in it. And the one Sue's got, Sue's in it and I'm in it, you know. I just never got one because I don't know what they cost back then. But we didn't have money to buy that stuff, so we never got one, you know. None of that stuff, rings and all that stuff. Frank says, good morning, Bob and Sue. Good morning, Frank. Good to see Frank on. Well, let's see. Did you follow your original career in high school? Did you follow what you thought you was gonna do in your original career? Did you follow that in high school? Did I? I don't know if I called it a career. My mom had a drapery shop, made custom draperies and stuff. I did work with her a little bit, but my original career I worked in a discount store, but I didn't stay with that because you didn't make no money at it. I said, yeah, we picked the magic mushroom. There you go, magic mushrooms. So yeah, I don't know that I followed my original career because when I got out of school, I said I worked in I worked at a grocery store, and then I got a full-time job at a little discount store in Millersburg, Ohio. And then from there, you wouldn't make no money. I worked at a factory. I become a welder. And I hated that place because it was hot and nasty, and they was pushing, if you'd make 2 items, they wanted 4. If you wanted 4, you wanted 10. They just push. And so that got out of that. Went to work for my mom at her drapery shop for a number of years. Then I started a pet store and ran that for years. I liked that, but it was hard to make money, and went to work for an upholsterer. Did that for several years, started my own upholstery, and did that the rest of my life. So that was kind of my career on it. So I see James Cantonese. Hi, James. Hi, Bob and Sue. I'm here on the phone with sister in Indiana. Temperature 102 EMT there. Oh, no, that's not good. I hope she does better. We'll definitely say a prayer for her, you know. High temperatures are not good, you know. And he says, no, my kid has me exalted to my house. Exalted to your house. That's a good place to be. I like being home. I really enjoy it a lot, you know. I said this makes 22 days we have not left the house. I went outside and I never went any further than the mailbox or the backyard, but 22 days I haven't been out, and we're enjoying ourselves. Have a nice walk with Harley. Caroline Scott give her a neck scratch, so did Scott said he's taking, oh yeah, okay folks, taking Harley out for a walk, yeah. The doggies love to walk. They're loving this when people are around the house. Dog's just like, hey, they're home, you know. James says, yeah, thanks Sue, be right back, I'm listening. James is listening out there. So what some of you guys else did for your career? Did you follow your career or not? I told you a little bit about mine, and it's
You read mine?
Yeah, Sue said she followed my career. I studied stenography. Stenography, how you say that?
Shorthand.
Shorthand. That'd be an easy way to say it, shorthand. Secretary, of course. I was a secretary all my life. Boring, haha. I would have liked to have done that. I hated what I did. I wanted to sit at an office and a desk, and that was my ideal job, what I would love to have done, and I never got to do it, but I'd been good at everything but the spelling and English part of it, you know. But that's what I wanted to do because, you know, it's easy. You know, it's like, it's just mental work. It's not physical. So that's what I wanted to do, but never got to do it, you know. Although, you know, I mean, I did the office work in both of my businesses I had. I did all my own bookkeeping, everything. I didn't have no accountants or nothing. I did it all by myself. Wasn't that hard, really. What I found, if you keep track of your books, on a constant, everyday basis, everything was easy to do because you put a little entry here, a little entry there, take a minute. If you let it go for 6 months or a year, and say you get ready to go do taxes, and then it's a big job. Yeah, then he said he did 44 years. He drove semi for 44 years. You know, so that's a long time. That's a lot of work. That bouncing up and down will kill your back, you know. Brad says, yeah, I wanted to be president, but that didn't work out. So I started as a maintenance one city worker. Yeah, you know, I thought about being president, but I figured it'd be too much hassle. So I gave up on being president. You know, so haha, Ratfink. Yeah, president. I wouldn't want to be president. I don't know what anybody in the right mind would want to be president for. The stress, pressures, and ridicule that they take, it's like, I wouldn't want to be that, you know. Not wouldn't have been for me. Yeah, speaking of buying stuff, do you still have your senior ring? I never had a senior ring. You know, it's like, cost money, didn't have money.
Yep,
you know, Sue has her senior ring, you know.
Dave's too.
And she's got Dave's, you know, so you kept it. Yeah, driving semi is not an easy job. It's not at all. Not an easy job. I drove a semi a few times when I was building my race car back in Ohio. It was at a junkyard, and occasionally he'd fill the semi full of scrap metal, and I would drive it up to Canton. And I was about, you know, tiny little thing, and didn't. One time I had a cop in Millersburg pull me over. He didn't know if anybody was even driving the truck. You know? Yeah, Rat said, yeah, driving's a hard-ass job. It is. I don't like driving today. I don't like driving a car. I don't like driving our camper. I just don't like driving. I don't like driving from here to Daytona, and that's not very far. I wouldn't mind driving if it was just me on the road driving. It's putting up with all the other people and their shenanigans that it makes it very highly stressful, you know. So I'm not a big traveler, to be honest. I just about as soon just go somewhere local, you know. I honestly, with all the streams and stuff that have showed us around, like Traveling Robert has showed me everywhere I want to go. I don't have to go. He did it for me. Much cheaper, you know. And I can sit in my chair and enjoy the trip, you know. No stress. Doesn't cost nothing, you know. It's like, so I never did like to drive much. Yeah, I have my class ring, and Dave has his too. I wore his ring with Angora around. Remember that girls, they'd put Angora around their ring because the guy's ring was so much bigger, and then they would, so they could make it fit, you know. That's it. Yeah, I have my CDL with air brakes. That's cool. CDL, you can go drive truck. There's RV Traveling, MIA Researcher. Good morning, Lucky Dog Productions. And say her name again. Sue's got the good.
John and Shannon?
Yeah, John and Shannon. Is that right? John and Shannon. James says, I'm back. I drove 32 years for Warner, so I've seen those trucks all over the place. So you know what it's like to run a truck up and down. That's a lot of work, really. I mean, and right at this time, it's like we're thankful for all our truck drivers getting our stuff to us, you know. Yeah, good morning, John and Shannon at Traveling MIA. Then he says, yeah, Ratfink, I gave my CDL up when I retired. So, yeah, it's just like time to quit. RV Trent said, yep, see it. Glad to see him on this morning, John and Shannon. So, morning, Ratfink.
From John and Shannon?
Yeah, whereabouts in this country do you guys come from? Maybe you're not in this country. Yeah, we get a lot of people that's.
I remember. You know? I just can't remember where they're from.
Oh, Shannon is still sleeping, but I'm here. All right, that sounds like us. Sue usually sleeps till between 7 and 8. It's usually 7:30 as an average.
You know, the time changes. It was later. It used to be 6:30.
See, I haven't changed that since the time changed. It took me a couple of days to get a little used to it and change. I'm still 4 o'clock. You know, I get up at 4 o'clock, and I love 4 o'clock. It's when I get all my stuff done. You know. Yeah, I keep it up, and I really don't use it, but I have to get a physical to keep it up. Yeah, to keep up your CDL. Oh, Grand Junction, Colorado.
That's a beautiful area.
Yeah, out west. Is it warming up out in Colorado? I know different parts of the country is starting to warm up, you know. We warmed up and now we cooled down. It's up 55 already. I mean, we're going to be like 78 today. But we gotten used to the 90s there for a short time, you know. It was crazy warm, but I didn't mind it, you know, and dry. And, you know, I mean, we get fire danger. I like it dry because the grass don't grow. I don't have to pay the guy to mow it, you know. Yeah, Rat said, yeah, I'm up at 5. See, I knew Rat got up early, you know. I've always been an early bird, you know. I enjoy getting up. Okay, so we asked if you had a senior ring. I don't know if anybody answered that or not. And what was your favorite teacher? What was your favorite teacher, you know? I didn't have many favorite teachers. Probably the art teacher, Mr. B. I liked him. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't any other one. You know? Well, it's a beautiful area in the south part of Colorado, John. Yeah, I said, yeah, beautiful place. We hit 74 yesterday. That's nice. That's just a nice, comfortable temperature. It's nice just to be outside doing whatever, you know, or nothing outside. That said, morning, James. So anyways, what was your guys' favorite teacher? Sue said my home economic teacher, Mrs. Helmrich. I remember Mrs. Helmrich, you know. She pulled me out of a Lazy Susan cupboard when the girls stuffed me in it. This is what they did to me in school, even the girls, you know. They thought it would be fun. They have those Lazy Susan cupboards and they spin around. They thought, hey, we'll pick the little kid up, stuff him in the cupboard and spin him around.
What were you doing in the home ec room?
I was in the hallway. They drag you out.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be anywhere when you're the kid that's being picked on. Even the girls. I did some things the girls they didn't like, but they deserved it, you know. And I still remember it. The one girl, her son was on TV, did that X Factor thing. Was it Josh Krajic? He come from it, but his mom was on, and I didn't like her, you know, because of things she did, and I did some things to her that today they'd call it sexual abuse, but she was abusing me because she deserved it. But that's what they did to me. But anyways, yeah. But I remember Mrs. Helmer because when they spun me around that cupboard and she was coming, I go, hey, she's coming in, and then they closed me in it. And I sat in there, and pretty soon they getting class started. I spun the cupboard open and it crawled out, and she just stood there and looked with her eyes big, like. And I just walked out of the room. Nothing more was said of that. You know, it was like, yeah, that's what school was like. It was fun. Yeah, you know, guys know why I like school. Yeah, my VOEG teacher and math teacher in high school, they were dating, and they were fun to tease about it. Yeah, that was cool. I had one. There was a couple. He was coach, which I couldn't stand. I didn't like coaches. But his wife was nice, and he was a prick. You know. But he taught phys ed and a couple other classes, you know, and yeah, Rat, on your video, orange one, Orange one. Fill us in, orange one. We're lost, you know.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Oh, Rat Week, at Bike Week. So that was
Right,
during Bike Week.
He didn't have a coppery colored one. I think he had a copper colored one.
Oh, Bike?
Yeah.
Is Rat's copper?
Maybe
Yeah, I think it
kind of
is.
orangish.
It's kind of an orange copper. It's pretty. There was a lot of good looking
one
bikes.
of the videos he did around his house, he had a coppery colored bike sitting there.
Yeah, yeah. And they did the fast golf cart. That's got a fast golf cart. It'll fly. It'll go down the road like, I don't know how fast it goes, but man, it'll go. It'll move right along, you know.
Well, that's what he does for, he just builds them and soups them up.
All right, guys, what was your hairstyle back in high school? Preferably senior year or whatever. Mine was to my shoulders, long and straight, and that's what mine was.
In high school?
Oh, Wicked Red. Oh, yeah, in high school, yeah. I had long hair all through high school, yeah. The senior year, I cut it. If you look at my senior picture, it's short, but up until then, it was long, you know. I don't know why. Oh, I know. Probably my aunt said she'd buy me a bicycle if I'd cut my hair, and that was probably about the time they did senior pictures. That's one thing I did get, is senior pictures. I don't know why I got that, or what made me wanting to get that, but I do have a senior picture, and it was short then, but I think that was about the time my aunt bought me a bicycle. Oh, that's it. I had an afro. He had, remember when the Brady bunch, they all had afros, you know? A lot of them. That was a big deal back then. I did that once. I went down. They did that permanent thing in your hair, and I was like, that's what everybody did. They frizzed their hair out, and it lasted like 2 days, and it just fell out straight. You know? And I remember I went back to that place, and so I said, look, this didn't stay very long. You know, it just fell out. You know, and so they did it again. Same thing, it fell out. You know, it just didn't stay. I don't know, my hair would not take a curl, you know. Well, let's see. We did that. We did a hair. Nobody else said what the hair was besides Rat and Sue. Sue had a wrong hat. Oh, bell bottom pants, platform shoes. Yeah, that was the style back then, you know. 70s, you know. That's just what you had, you know.
I had bell bottom. I don't think I had platform shoes. Dancing disco.
Mm-hmm. Oh, favorite shoes, barefoot. See, he said bell bottoms and platform shoes. So, but yeah, favorite shoes. Mine.
The next question.
Yeah, your favorite shoes, and I don't. No, probably tennis shoes. I didn't have really a favorite shoe. I wasn't.
Penny loafers.
Penny loafers.
I like penny loafers.
Yeah, I wasn't into clothes and dress and all that. That wasn't my thing. It still isn't. You know, it's just clothes is something to cover your body with. You know. But I said, yeah, I looked like a reject from Earth, Wind, and Fire. Hey, how many of you guys watched Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood yesterday? That was such. I'll tell you what. You talk about performers. Garth Brooks is just probably one of the best performers. He just sat there. And they had a guitar, and him and Trisha Yearwood sung. How good that was, man!
They did requests, huh?
And they did requests. People was typing in requests. They had people there in masks and stuff at their house because they were doing it at their home. But they had 2 people in there, and I suppose a cameraman too, that was all in protective gear and stuff. But then they did this. What a great little concert that was! You know, you talk about a performer. I listened.
Go ahead.
Well, I listen to some of this new stuff they do on, like, you know, America's Got Talent. There's no talent there. It's all screamy and crappy, and music nowadays is just, bleh, you know.
Well,
but they were good.
Yeah, I find it interesting. Like you said, they just had a guitar and that was it. And he does these huge stage shows with all these props and everything. All they need is to just stand up there.
He's had that guitar, and man, I tell you what, he just sounded wonderful, you know. Yeah, Frank Kent said short. My mom was stick, and we had 50 miles from the Woodstock, and she would not let me go. So I remember Woodstock.
Probably a good thing, Frank.
Yeah, that was quite an event at Woodstock. You know, a bunch of hippies in the middle of a field, and it rained, and it got muddy, and you know what a event that was. You know. Yeah, RV Traveling said, yeah, I would skip my math classes and go to the Voeg shop and weld headache racks for my friend's pickups. Yeah, there you go. My math teacher told me to quit skipping her class. I told her I was working on my math by fabricating. Well, you know, and you did. By doing that fabricating, that was math. Because, you know, you had to measure and cut, and that was math. That was the most important math that you made. Probably, I bet you used that all your life that way. You probably learned more in the Voeg class than you did in the math class because you applied it. If you don't apply something, you'll never learn nothing. You know, you got to do it. You can sit there in a book all day and read about it, but you'll never know it until you do it, you know. And I mean, I've learned many things just hands-on, and anybody knows me, I love to tinker on things, and that's how I learn it. I'm not smart. I just use my brains and learn what I want to learn, you know. Want to learn something, I figure it out, you know. That says, haha, yeah, remember the days of Rainbow Gang and school bus days? Yeah.
You remember that? I don't.
The Rainbow Gang and school buses.
What's a Rainbow Gang?
Well, I'm thinking of a rainbow painted school bus, but maybe I'm wrong. James, fill me in. I'm just thinking, like, you know, remember the Partridge Family had like a rainbow favored bus? But if I'm wrong, fill me in. Maybe I missed on that one, you know. Yeah, good point, John. Yeah, Rat says, yeah, I bet Woodstock was epic. Yeah, I can only imagine that. I mean, I remember back then all those performers, because they were, you know, that was my time. That's was going on. And, but yeah, I imagine that was something, I think it'd been as kind of, I don't think I would have enjoyed it myself. It was too much, you know. I don't think it was my thing, you know. But, you know, if that was your thing, man, I bet you that people would be like in heaven, you know. Yeah, Sue said, I don't remember the Rainbow Gang. What was that? CWA on Sunday, they sang from homes. Oh. Country Western Association.
So they got a thing coming up on Sunday.
Yeah. Now they do have that coming up.
Maybe it was last Sunday.
Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah, Sue, Hippie Days, the Rainbow. Yeah, that was the Hippie Days, the Rainbow and the Flower Power and all that cool stuff, you know. But yeah, they do. You know, that should be a good event. They have. I tend to like country. I used to be a rock. I said rock and roll's it. You know, rock will never die. Well, there's not really much thing of rock anymore. The old stuff and today's music, I don't care. Sorry, people like it, but I think it's crap. They can't sing. They scream. They go and they think that's talent. It's like I watch some of those stupid shows, and it's hard to find a good one, you know. So yeah, Hippie Days. Yeah, Retravis says, yeah, I do use it. I'm a welding inspector by trade. That's cool. Yeah, I welded for a number of years. The factory I worked at, we did AMF. I made bowling scorekeeping machines. I made the frames for those. And Mr. Gasket, traction bars for race cars. I welded pallets and pallets of, traction bars, you know, for Mr. Gasket. That was pretty cool. He said, okay, James, yeah, the Hippie Days. Yeah, too young to remember Woodstock. Yeah, well, I remember it pretty well, you know, but it was, that was a different time. Yeah, it was a bus with flowers on them, and we called it the Rainbow Gang. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's I think just all flowered up. But like just think of the Partridge Family. Yeah, just think of Partridge Family and their bus. That's kind of the same thing, you know. Yeah, long-haired hippie people need not apply. Signs everywhere. A sign, yeah, there was. We still got signs everywhere, you know. What was your favorite thing to eat for lunch in school? Now, I liked it when they made sloppy joes or pizza. And I worked in the cafeteria. You worked in the cafeteria, didn't you, sir? Yeah. Maybe you didn't. Yeah, you did. And but yeah, because we didn't have either. Our choice is you carry a little brown bag of lunch, which generally was peanut butter and jelly, or if you worked in school, you got a free lunch, and we even actually got extra sandwiches so actually I worked 2 periods. The first period I would serve lunch, and the second period I'd wash the dishes. In between that, I get a chance to eat my own lunch. So I don't know how I had 2 periods there, but I had 2 periods there. I worked in the lunchroom, so But I like that. I mean, I remember their sloppy joes was good. Actually, their fish sandwich was good. I as much as I hated school, I gotta say the food was pretty good. Even in elementary school, I worked in the lunchroom, and I remember being good back then. So pretty much, I was always working. James says, Bob Tattoon.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Ron says, building cages around windows of houses for a bad part of town. Yeah, they used to do that. Put like bars on the windows to keep the bad people out. You know, isn't that a shame that people have to be bad?
And some places keep the bad people in.
And sometimes you got to keep the bad people in. That's called prisons.
Those are different cages.
Yeah, my favorite was mixing chocolate pudding with the milk. That'd be cool.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. And sloppy joes. No, see, I like the sloppy joes. And last sloppy joes I made here at home just didn't come out right. They were too sour. There's an art to making a good sloppy joe. Back years ago, I'm going to say probably it was in the 70s when I was going to Lakeville Speedway in Ohio. They had made these sloppy joes, and they used a lot of oatmeal in them. But man, they were the best sloppy joes you'd ever eat, and they were delicious. Shelly is driving, so you guys are stuck with me. There's Michael. We got Michael on it, so at least Michael can type for you. That's why Shelly's driving. That's cool. You guys are a good team, you know. You take care of each other. That's what it's about, you know. That's what it means, Sue. We try to take care of each other, you know. Drive pin in them walls. Drive pin in them walls. What do you mean, drive pin in them walls?
Drive pin them in the wall.
Fill us in, Ron. Drive pin in us.
Something to do with the welding he did or something.
Oh, yeah.
With the cages.
Could be. Oh, pins in the walls to put those bars at windows. Is that? I'm guessing. Am I right, Ron? Yeah. Hi, Michael. Be careful, Shelly. Yeah. Hi, Epic RV Adventure. Good morning. Everybody's sleeping today. There's hardly anybody on here today. I don't know where everybody's at. Everybody forget. I did send a notice out. I thought maybe I didn't. They didn't realize it. Who knows?
I shared it to one place.
Yeah. It's always the same time. Been on this, been at this time slot for just right around 2 years.
Well, the mornings you tend to get about half of what you normally get on Monday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good morning, said Michael. Yep, that's it. Yeah, the pins you put in the walls. You know, it's like here in Florida, where everything's concrete, and it's a little different than mountain things than it is like up north of wooden houses where you can just screw something in. Here, everything, we use these Tapcons, those little blue screws that, you drill those in, and I think they even come with a little cement bit that you drill with, because cement bit works a little bit different than just a regular bit. But anyways, these Tapcons, and you can screw them right in the wall, and I've mounted many things on stucco and stuff by using those little Tapcons. I said, yeah, I'm shipping and chatting, multitasking. That's cool. I'm good at that. I think Rat's good at multitasking. I'm good. I'm good at things around me. I can have a TV, the computer on, and I can tell you what's going on every one of those. Now, if it's very highly detailed work, I probably miss some of it. I really got to concentrate on something that's like sometimes I'll work on a project on the computer or something and try to set something up. Sue doesn't. She won't hear nothing. If she's typing, she won't hear you. You talk to her, she don't hear you. No, I hear you. Typing's hard for me because I can't spell it anyways. And I'm usually, Sue, how you spell this? How you spell this? It's like I look at a word and it's like I spell it, or I'll say it exactly how it's spelled out. And it's wrong. Because that's not the way they told us in school. Sound it out. You can't do that. That doesn't work. That says I have like 10 windows open. We haven't opened the windows. It's a little too chilly. It's going to warm up. I'll open the windows. I like it when you can open up and don't have to run the AC or heat or anything. And oh god, we haven't run heat.
That's always talking about those windows. 10 windows on his computer.
Oh, on your computer open. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
That's what he's talking about.
I like both. I have 10 windows on. I've got right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 windows open, and that's all just to run the chat on it. So, because each window does what I have here. I use OBS. OBS. The main board is over here, and this where I can switch things back and forth to different openings and stuff. Over here, I've taken the chat screen out of YouTube and pulled it over here and made it bigger so I can see the chat screen. Over here, I have the YouTube, what do you call it, studio, and it tells me who's all on. And above that, I have different openings. I've got some windows opening if I wanted to show something on it. I got 3 or 4 of those open, so that's my whole screen. I have 2 screens here on it, so it's fun to see. I like to watch people's setups. How do you do this? What's your setup like? You know, the tech end, because I'm a techie nerd. You know, Frank said, "Yeah, I grew up with race cars in my army, and I was a diesel mechanic. Then in Detroit on big stamping presses and as a welder is by trade." There you go. Well, Frank drove race cars. I said I've been doing this iRacing. You have to pay a subscription so much per month. It's the same one that the NASCAR is using now, and they're doing the Sunday races through iRacing. And I've been having a blast with that. I set this all up, and I can go different tracks and race, and you can join little races. And actually, the NASCAR is there. You can't join that one because it's inaugural, but and I don't know if any of you guys watch any NASCAR. I mean, not everybody likes NASCAR and don't have to. But that was the best race that I've seen in years at NASCAR was this iRacing. They don't have the stupid rules that NASCAR has now. Boy, they could learn something by that because that's the best race I've seen in years, you know. Jane said, yeah, I got it. I know what time you come on coffee break. Yeah, we've been the same. I always just keep it the same. I said, I used to do live chats every day. When I first started, I had a live chat every day. I would do one. That got to be too much. And then I decided, well, there was nobody coming on. And if there was nobody coming on, but I set it to 2 time frames. I was thinking people in different parts of the country at different times. So that's why I did one here in the morning, and then I want to do it one at 6 p.m. in the evening, and that will hit a lot of people's time frame. I started doing that about 2 years ago and been doing that on a regular basis. Cassie's beating up on her toys back here. And so that's how I got it. And I said I've been doing the 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Time frame for about 2 years. So we always did the Thursdays in the morning and Mondays at 6 p.m. So that's how I did it. Yeah, it's chilly. 48 in North Carolina today. Oh, burr, that is cold. Anything below 70 is cold. Like, it's 61. It's still chilly. Yeah. Cool, Frank. Chilly here, too. Michael, 52 now. I said, yeah, very cool, Frank. Michael, what's your average temperatures in the winter on North Carolina? We got pretty cold here this winter. We had several stretches of days we got down to low 30s. Yeah, we had no frost this year. I didn't see any frost. And last 2 years, I don't think we've had any frost.
So it got cold and held for several days.
Yeah. Michael said, I used to do racing a long time ago. I even had a sponsor. Yeah, I had a race car back in the 70s. I built my own car from the junkyard, and it was, street stock, just a cheap car. And I did well. I mean, the years I raced, I never did any better than second. I never did any worse than fourth. I never had a race in between. I come close to win, but I never won. But I was right there, Said, oh, that's cool, Michael. It can get low 30s and high, and as a high, so that's cold. That's cold. Yeah, Clint Boyer is hilarious in that. Yeah, that was so funny watching Clint Boyer in that race, Yeah, Clint Boyer was fun to watch. There's Connor. Hi, Connor. Good morning, Connor. How you doing this morning? So I said that's what I've been doing. Actually, I used to have one of those racing wheels, and I ordered one. It should come today. I'll have to go out and disinfect it before I bring it in. But I got a racing wheel that I just been having blast. You guys ought to do that. Everybody get on and get a racing wheel, and we'll come in there and we can actually set up races and have a team and all race together, or we could just race whoever's in there, But I'm having a blast with that, along with that Grand Theft Auto, and I've been making these camping trips videos out of that. So I got another one of those coming up. It's all edited. I just got to upload and pick a date for it. So Connor's waving. Is that a little ghost that he's got up there?
I'm not sure. What is that, a wave?
Travis said, yeah, I used to race dirt track in the hobby class, stock class, for a few years. In high school, my car was a 70 and a half Camaro. Those were very popular. A lot of them used that. Connor says, good you. Yeah, I loved racing. Actually, I started going to dirt race track when I was 10 years old. Used to go every Saturday night. When I got a little bit older, I started working around the track, and then I ran a wrecker. The track owned a wrecker, and they said, you run the wrecker. So I ran the wrecker and used to tow people off. And then, like I said, for a couple of years, I took off, built a race car, raced for a couple of years. After I got done that, I became the pit steward and ran the pits for a number of years. I ran the pits, and then I worked up in the tower, ran the timing clock, and one year I was announcer, and then I became a assistant flagman, and I flagged for 3-4 years. I flagged at the track, and I always did it for enjoyment. And it got kind of, as racing got more and more serious, it became a little less fun working there because I did it for fun, but I got paid to do it. And this was just a side job. That was a weekend job. That's what I did for a living. This is what I did on the weekends. And so then I bought a motorhome. Bought a Class A motorhome. Started following the All-Star Circuit of Champion sprint cars and the World of Outlaw sprint cars all over the place. Came down to this area here in Florida. We were in Ohio back in 1990. And over here at Volusia County Speedway. At the same time, there was filming Days of Thunder movie over there, but did that for a number of years. Followed the sprint cars all over the place there in motorhomes. So yeah, I've kind of been around racing. Michael said, yeah, I was a crew chief on a late model stock car too. That was fun. I helped a friend here. He had raced go-karts over here at Volusia Speedway, and his son raced, and I actually hauled their hauler over for him and would help them out a lot. In fact, I was going to race karts, but I never ended up doing that, Yeah, it sounds like fun, Michael. I've always just enjoyed racing. That's my sport. That's my only sport that I do anything with, And I've kind of fell away from it in the last few years. Frank says, Bob, I sent a photo of one of your old tracks. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. Did you send it to my Facebook or whatever? I want to see that. I have some old photos. I got photos of me in a race car, me on the flag stand, and me in front of the wrecker. I'll dig these out one of these mornings and flash them out to everybody so you can see what I look like when I was little. I'm still little, just young. Yeah, my uncle Steve Day raced sprints. I begged him to let me run his car, and I got in the middle finger, though. About John. That says, awesome, Bob. Yeah, it was 39 this morning. It's cold. So, yeah, our little racetrack up in Ohio, Lakeville Speedway, we had, and if you guys are into sprint cars, if you've ever heard of Jack Hodenshield, Brad Doty, Kenny Jacobs, they all came out. Jack Hodenshield, his son still races on it. He's one of the top sprint car racers in the country. Let's see, who else? If you remember Tim Richmond, big star in NASCAR, and he's passed on since then, but he started racing at our little track there. He was from Ashland, Ohio, but they came out of our little dirt track there in Lakeville, Ohio. But unfortunately, that track's gone. I think it's just laying in dirt now. They started that track in '63, and I'm not sure the last years it ran. It's been 4 or 5 years ago, I think, since they've ran it on it. But Jeff Gordon raced at one time down our track. I met him there. I used to go to Sharon Speedway there, and I met Jeff over there and sat there one night and talked to him for about an hour, you know, in the parking lot, you know. This was before he was in NASCAR. Yeah, 39 this morning, and I am up north too. So, brr, that's still cold, James. You got to get it warmed up.
Yeah, he lives near Sharon Speedway.
Yeah, you're up by Sharon. You're in that direction. You're familiar with that area and the Blaney's and stuff. Right. Too bad that we all can't meet up at an indoor karting. That would be a blast. That would be awesome. Me and my dad. That's about the only thing me and my dad ever did together. Is we'd go get go-karts and race around. Yeah, if it feels nice this morning in New Smyrna Beach, yeah, it's beautiful out here. This time of year is just gorgeous here. Enjoy it while we got it, Connor. It's gonna get warm. This last warm stretch, we never turned the AC on. It was just the humidity wasn't that high, or the dew points. Michael said, yeah, I used to have a website hosting business, and I had about 12 NASCAR short tracks, including South. Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. For a while, I did a lot of work over here at Daytona Speedway when we was doing some canvas work. I did a lot of canvas, made the awnings for their souvenir booths. And for the longest time, the one coming out of turn 4, whenever they had like the Daytona 500, you see this big bright blue canopy as they come out of turn 4. Well, I made that, you know, so that was kind of fun. But it was hot working over there. But it was fun, just the idea you're working at Daytona. No, when we ran our trip, we stopped by Toledo Speedway. Yeah, I've been up to Toledo Speedway. You used to go to Fremont Speedway on a regular basis. And we used to go on up to, we used to go to Eldora Speedway all the time. Of course, Attica Speedway, we went there on a regular basis. Yeah, Sam Sula, there you go, down at New Smyrna. New Smyrna Speedway at Sam Sula. Yeah. Lima Speedway, used to go up to Lima Speedway in Lima Land. There used to be one called Millstream Speedway up in, what was that little town right up in there? I can't think of it right offhand. Yeah, did you see the family track video of the RV Underway did? It was a great video. Yeah, I did see it. Yeah, Ricky, and yeah, I told Ricky about that. That's it really reminded me a lot how I grew up. You know, I grew up just right around the racetrack. I mean, I lived at the racetrack. I was there all the time. Yeah, Lou Blaney town. Yep, old Lou Blaney, number 10 modified. He was one of the best modified racers in the area. I remember him running a lot, not only up around there. He used to come down like Wayne County Speedway, and in that area he would run some races down there. So yeah, Lou Blaney. Had been Dave Blaney and Dell Blaney's dad, and Ryan Blaney, the guy in NASCAR now, that'd be his grandpa. So Scarville said, "Yep, beautiful New Smyrna." Yeah, John, we saw that. It was a great video. We loved the transition they did to bring it from the old. That was cool how they took it from the old and brought it out. Beautiful out here in St. Augustine. There's John Z. I wanted to say hello, but I can't stay. But I hope everybody's healthy. We're doing good. We're healthy. I hope everybody else is staying healthy, staying home, staying isolated, staying away from people, and take care of other people, you know. It's not about just us. It's about everyone else, you know. But I'm glad to see John Z. Well, we're coming up on our hour there, so we're going to get ready to get out. Appreciate everybody stopping by this morning. Fun talking racing. I like to talk racing. Yeah, I was Hialeah Speedway boy. There you go. I know Hialeah Speedway. But yeah, it was great to see everybody come on this morning. We'll be back again here on Monday. There's Nat Wood. Hi, Nat.
Nate.
Glad to see it. Nate Wood. I said Nat. See
Nate, my Nate, is it?
I don't know. Is it Nate? Is it? It could be. Maybe it's not. Anyway, so I'm glad to see everybody stop by this morning. And yeah, the big track was east of Cincinnati we'd go to. Okay. East of Cincinnati. I never went to any tracks down. I know of a couple. Can't think of the name of them down there, but I knew a couple tracks in that area. I know the Buckeyes like to go to the races, and they're in that area, and I'm sure they've been around there a lot. Yep, have a great day. Yeah, appreciate Michael, Shelley, guys. I see everybody came by. Had me some videos of New Smyrna Drawbridge. We'll check it out. Oh, hi, Grandmas. That is Nate.
It is Nate.
That's the grandson. So, hey, morning, Nate. Glad to see you come on. You just caught us at the end. We was getting ready to get out of here, you know. Glad to see Nate coming on. Hope you're doing good up there. And stay safe, Nate. Stay away from people, you know. Yeah, please check them out. We'll definitely, Connor. All right, guys, again, we'll be back again here on Monday at 6 p.m. Hope everybody stops in and everybody has a great weekend and stays protective and moisten your hands and all the stuff that we always have to tell everybody nowadays. So we appreciate it. We'll see everybody back on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Bye, all.
Alright, if you want to see how to get some of our other links, when you go to our main YouTube page, up here into the picture area right here, you'll see it says like Facebook. You can click on that. That'll take you right over to our Facebook group. And you're welcome. You can join the Facebook group, add your videos, add whatever you meant, do some discussion there, but you can go there. If you would like to support us on the Amazon, again, up in this picture, you'll see a link that says Amazon. Click on that link right there. Go ahead and sign in, make all your purchases, and what will happen here, you'll give us a tip. We get a small percentage back. Costs you absolutely nothing, but it does help us out, and we appreciate that. Thought I'd just show you a few little links here if you want to go to some other features we have here at Lucky Dog Productions.